taking my pants off.
Do that. Take off your pants and jacket.
Yeah, I know. Oh, don't ever fucking use that reference to me, kids.
Why?
All right. No, let's not start.
Why? I just have to double check the.
Taking my pants off.
Do that. Take off your pants and jacket.
No, don't ever fucking use that reference to me, kids.
Why?
All right. No, let's not start.
Why? Okay, so we are good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
So, brother Seth, it took us a minute to get this one started. Sorry, guys. Sorry, YouTubers. That was a doozy. It was we're having a little trouble technically with technical situations, but we are here for you now. How's it going there, YouTubers? Good to see you. Good to have you here. So, brother Seth, there was a time last night that I did not want to text you because of the state of the game. I did not know how it was going to end, but I knew how it was going to end. I think that's foolish. I think that we all knew how it was going to end, and it ended like that.
Well, we didn't know how it was going to end until it came down to 2 minutes.
That coin toss.
Well, yeah. Well, no, before that coin toss. Before the coin toss. Just when it came down to 2 minutes. And,
That's an hour in Brady land.
TB himself had the ball, and it was just like, all right, let's see how he does this. But as soon as it all happened, I was like, man, they're doing this too fast. It's going way too fast.
Yeah, like hold on the clock a little bit.
Yeah, like Patty O'Mahomey is gonna have a little too much time, and sure enough, they got a field goal off. Because as soon as they scored that touchdown, there was 32 seconds left.
Yep.
It was just like, oh, I mean, this kid's gonna do something with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he is. Do you feel like this is like I saw the picture of it was Tom Brady as a young Tom Brady.
Did
you see
Brady
it
with Mahomes on his fucking shoulders? Yeah.
No, not Tom Brady with Mahomes on his shoulders. No,
I thought you meant a meme.
No, not a meme. No, absolutely not. No, this was a picture of Tom Brady shaking the hand of who was it in that? Who was it in his first AFC win to go to the Super Bowl?
That would have been Cordell Stewart. Quarterback wise,
maybe it was sort of like the tenured quarterback of the age passing the proverbial baton to the next age of quarterback, where it was a picture of Tom Brady as a young quarterback talking to, I can't remember who it was, but then it was a picture of Tom Brady shaking hands to Patrick Mahomes, and apparently he went and had some really, really kind words with him after the game.
I heard he looked for him after the game.
Yeah,
you know.
Which is a good. That's an honorable thing.
I guess so, but at the same time, it's kind of like, by going to that, you're like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. Well,
I'm allowed to come and talk to you because I'm obviously awesome.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to speak negative of Brady. Of course, I like him, but it's still like kind of that pretentious thing of like, well, I have to go talk to this kid.
Yeah.
And tell him that, like, hey, I won't be around forever.
So yeah, try to take care of the league while you've got it. And do you feel like this is a? And they asked this question earlier.
Right.
No, you go ahead.
Before you even ask this question, can I go ahead and answer it?
Yeah.
You know what I'd like is let's go ahead and see Tommy Terrific go forth this year. All right. Here's the thing with every Super Bowl that Tom's in is just every year. You just want the same thing, which is just like, come on, you're the Patriots. Just beat the shit out of whatever. Have
crush them.
Have a Seattle-Denver kind of score to it, and it never happens. It always has to be this, just like every other fucking Tom game, except for the week before this weekend, where he just
showed up.
Where Phillip Rivers became his 9th kid of his own.
Right, Phillip Rivers has got a baseball team, man.
Fucking Phillip Rivers was being a little bitch last week too, but we'll talk about that in a second. But But just like, after for the past 18 years watching this, just once, I just want to see Tom just fucking decimate a team. Like, make a score 100-10. Just
he could do it.
Because I want on record to know that I use the term decimate right. But more importantly, like, just once, like, in a Super Bowl, can we not be fucking clutching our ass hairs saying, like, is Tom going to do it again? Like, can I, just for, like, what will probably be his last Super Bowl victory, if he should get that victory, can they just beat the fucking living shit out of their opposing squad?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that. Here's the thing. I don't really see that being an issue outside the fact that...
Yeah, and everybody says that every year going into the Super Bowl, the Patriots are in. I remember 2007, buddy. That's what everybody said about the fucking 10-6 Giants.
Yeah, well...
No, just this once, just to get that 6. Can we get it? I'm sorry, you were saying...
Oh, no, I was just saying that, yeah, like, it's they shouldn't have a problem with that. The only issue is that there could potentially be... You've got Sue on that defense.
Yep.
And that's terrifying, to say the least, because he plays dirty.
One of my keys to the game is, well, first of all, like, keep the run game to a low and keep Sue away from Brady, because he wants to hurt him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, he is going to try to go after him. And I'm not... Actually, I am. I was just about to say, and I'm not trying to, call Sue out for being a bad player, but he's a dirty player. So, I mean, there's no...
It's a known fact he's a dirty player.
And who's the other guy? The Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald?
I mean, Jesus. Darnold or whatever?
Is it Darnold?
I don't know. Aaron Darnold or Aaron Donald, something like that.
Darnold.
Darnold. But, yes, I mean, you got those guys coming up against you, and that doesn't look safe, but it's Tom Brady. Like, he doesn't have the ball in his hands long enough for them to make any kind of plays like that.
Yeah, I mean, granted though, the O-line has looked spectacular in this postseason.
True story.
Like, they are helping him well. They're stopping it, and
if he wins, does he come back next year?
Doesn't matter. You know what? How I want this storybook to play out. Like, if he gets number 6 this year, and he shouldn't retire yet. Now, with his number 6 this year, it would just tie a franchise record, of course, for the Steelers, as we all know.
Yeah.
But if he were to do it in his 17 seasons as opposed to 40+ seasons, like they did,
Yeah.
I'm not shit talking the Steelers at all. It's a hell of a franchise. But if you were to just do that, like, that's good enough right there.
He single-handedly has played now in more Super Bowls than any other two franchises, I think.
Yeah. So I think a good storybook ending is say, like, he gets ring number 6 in 2 weeks, is to play the hell out of it next year and then lose the AFC Championship to Patrick Mahomes, who then goes on to win the Super Bowl.
So that's the proverbial passing of the baton.
Yeah, like, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be really cool. But that's the question. That's the question I was going to ask earlier. Is, do you feel like Patrick Mahomes is literally just that much different now? Is he that much different than the rest of? Did you really just take your pants off for real? You did well.
Really, what?
No, you just throwing pants around. Is that what's happening?
Oh no, I was getting my dog out of here.
Oh, well done, dog. But
he's back.
He's fine. Anyway, yeah. Do you feel like this is the turning of the tide? Do you feel like this is the new? This is the new league. Like, Patrick.
It's a good signal too, because like with Mahomes too, is like he shined his second year too. Like, everybody treats this like this was a year.
Yeah, but he had a year.
Yeah, he was on the roster last year. He just didn't play that much, and which was the same with Tommy Terrific during the 2000 season. So,
yeah, exactly.
They have similar backgrounds, you could say.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask: is Patrick Mahomes? Do you think he's really that much better than everybody else around him, or is this just the new era of quarterback?
Or is this just been or has it been a disappointing era of new quarterbacks lately?
Yeah, that's probably a better way to look at it.
I mean, like, who we got? Like, yeah, all right, like, look at who Tommy Terrific's going against. He's going against Goff, who has Gurley, Woods. I know that kid's...
Do me a favor and scoot that camera up on your
Cooper
face a little bit.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey, girls.
There you go.
Scally, get in the picture.
There you go.
Is Cooper Kupp? Is that it? Is that their tight end? I don't think he's playing right now on concussion protocol until like 2020. But what was the question?
No, that was basically it. It was just, is this the new era of quarterbacks, or is he just...
Oh, yeah, the new quarterback. Yeah, it's just like, does he just have like an amazing running back and then like a first tier receiver, like, you know, not a first team All Pro or anything, but still like, you know, number one on the depth chart on any team is going to be a talented receiver.
Absolutely.
And I got to give it to, like, it's just cool for us to witness this time that, like, McVay, the coach he is.
Dude.
Like, that guy is younger than me. What is he, the same age as you?
Yep,
maybe?
he's my age.
Yeah.
And definitely Tom Brady's got him by like 10 years.
Not that much. Come on.
He's 8 years older than Tom Brady. Tom Brady is 8 years older than him. Tom Brady is 8 years older than him because Tom Brady's 40, right?
He's 41.
41, okay, 9 years older than.
And McVay is 32 or 33.
Yeah, he's 30. I think he's 32. Maybe 33, maybe. But still.
I mean, I think he's got a birthday coming up next month or something.
Yeah, now does that, I wonder what that does to the team. Does that allow the Rams to feel like they've got a guy that's on their side, like he's talking to them and not at them?
Is it going to be like too much too soon? Like, are they going to get real comfortable too quick? Then next season, they're just going to shit all over him if he loses the Super Bowl for him, even though it's actually them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Super Bowl for him. But I don't know. Like, he might be an amazing coach. I mean, obviously, he's an amazing coach. He got Coach of the Year his first year coaching.
He seems like all of his
fucking 32 years, but it just seems like it's an effect that could wear off soon. Also,
it seems like Wade Phillips, his entire like coaching staff is like also very young.
Wait, Wade Phillips, has he ever even head coached? Did he, or has he always been a DC?
Nah, he coached the Cowboys for like a season or two.
Okay, that's right.
But yeah, like other than him, is his entire coaching staff is like very, very, very young, right? Like I looked on the sideline and everybody holding clipboards looks like dudes that hang out at Tito's.
Yeah, it was a lively bunch in the champagne room. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe that's like that's an approach to it. And this, I mean, bunch of fucking millennials.
I literally was sitting there thinking. I was watching it and I saw all these guys sitting there holding the clipboards, and I was thinking, is this gonna happen? Is this shit about to get turned around on them, where all these young kids are gonna get schooled by just a more seasoned coach? And obviously, it didn't happen, but. Well, yeah, Sean Payton. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Oh, all right, we should address this.
We have to. Okay.
Of course we do. Holy shit.
I saw it. You saw it. The entire world saw it. But the refs did not blow a 13-point lead to allow them to make that play the game decider.
I completely agree. However, I will say this one thing, which I didn't notice last night, but then today, and I'm just seeing it all the talking head shows.
Yeah.
Is there's this one angle from the side where the chain guy, the guy holding the farthest end of the first downer, as soon as it happens, he looks upfield, he looks downfield. And it's like, even that guy was like,
"You're not gonna call this?"
He's like, "There might be a call here."
Yeah.
Look,
Where's the flag?
I'm paid to do one thing.
The not my fucking job award goes to.
I feel like the same guy signs our checks. and I should say something. Like,
I didn't even notice that.
Like, I didn't see it at all last night. I just saw one angle today from the sideline. And the dude was just like, eh? His head turned both ways. And it's like, that means only one thing. And he was looking for a flag. It was like,
yeah.
All right, well, I'll wait for them to call on me when they need me.
Yeah, right. Well, see, another thing, too, is I saw one of my buddies, Jeff, posted a lot of pictures of random, like, face masks and just things that are easy to miss. Like, that was head and shoulders worse than everything else. Head and shoulders above, worse than every other call that could have been missed was that missed call. Everybody in the world saw that.
Yeah.
So the fact that no ref called it, like they had to have seen it. We all saw it. They fucking saw it.
I don't know who couldn't have seen that.
You know what's best is McVay saying, you know what, I really love that the refs just kind of let the boys play. What a response to such a call, or non-call rather.
I mean, it's because of his generation. Like, that's what somebody would say on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mick, I'm sure he has an account.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's at least a 6-year member.
Yeah.
But man,
Dickerson 82 420.
Dude, what's crazy though is that all of this on the night of the blood moon eclipse, just all the crazies came out apparently, and I don't know, like Smitty's a huge Saints fan, and he was like, I'm done with the NFL. I've just watched my last NFL game. Like, this is horse shit. And I was like, I didn't say anything because I mean he's very passionate about it. I don't want to start an argument, but it really was like, dude, that was a horrible call. That was a terrible call. It was awful, but that wasn't your game changer. They still kicked the field goal. Exactly. Like, not only that, you still were up by 13 points and took your foot off the gas.
Yeah, that too, and still, like, I can't recall. I mean, maybe you remember what yard line they were on when that non-call happened, but it's like you still have fucking Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And his lineup of weapons, and you could kick the field goal. And then you allowed them to kick another field goal. I mean, granted, it was 57 fucking yards.
Yeah, 3 yards shy of his career best, which I don't know, man.
I didn't know that. What you mean at that point? Then 57. What's that to him?
Well, yeah, I think his best was a 61-yarder. So like that's the thing that I don't understand why people have the argument. Is like, this happens to everybody. Every team always has this. You know what? It was the Steelers last week, wasn't it?
Oh,
or a couple weeks ago with the Saints.
The similar pass interference that was not called. The Steelers were uproarious about, and the Saints are just like,
Exactly. It's not so much fun when it falls your way, or it doesn't fall your way. So yeah, I don't understand why people have an issue with that. But
because people have issues 1 week at a time.
Oh, that's very true.
Everyone's guilty of it. Like I said, we always blame the Eagles fans. And
yeah, we do.
It's easy for me to shit on them, right? This year. But if you're a fan of sports that is larger than your rec league, like, you've probably been a terrible person at one point.
Yeah. Well, now here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do the Eagles trade Carson Wentz and keep Nick Foles as their guy?
All right, I've been thinking a lot about this, and I before anyone asked me, I wanted to have like a good postulated answer.
Well, I'm glad I'm him. You
are, and the answer is I could give a fucking shit less.
So how long did it take you to come up with that answer? Did you calculate that precisely?
You just asked me that just now, and I was like, "Ooh, this would be a good one to go with."
Well done.
Because, yeah, like I don't know, flip a coin.
Yeah. Well, Nick Foles took me to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl for me in fantasy football. I think at least one year. So I'm very happy with what he's done. But anywho, so old Patriots back in the Super Bowl. It's in Atlanta. Are you going to be anywhere near the Atlanta area when the Super Bowl happens?
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm going the opposite direction. It's funny. It's already happened. I am going to my home state of Massachusetts to watch the game with my family.
Well done for you. That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, and first of all, for anyone out there, never go to a Super Bowl.
Why is that?
I don't know. Why the fuck would you want to?
I don't know, man. Super Bowls are fun. Some people enjoy shit like that.
But it's just like, Kelsey, you would hate a Super Bowl.
Oh, I would hate a Super Bowl. I'm not denying that at all, but I hate most things.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just like it's like everything that you hate about going to a professional like sports outing is just multiplied by 10 at that.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's like drinks are already expensive there. So is nachos.
Well, no, I did see that the Atlanta Stadium is releasing like the most expensive thing on their menu is like $7, and that's like a chicken finger and French fries plate. So the food is very, very cheap. $2 bottles of water. Like,
yeah, well, but how much is a can of beer?
Oh yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah, $38 probably.
I wouldn't doubt it. So, any do you have any more thoughts on the sporting things? And by the way, this is not a sports episode. We're still going to move on and talk about other things as well. But anything that you want to?
Well, I do have one thing to say. Like that, if you want me to lead into another subject, unless you get something planned, do we have a talk planned?
No, we're just stream of consciousness.
All right, rock and roll. So we still talking about the game for?
Yeah.
So So while the game was going on, I was looking at the Reddit thread on the Patriots subreddit.
Yeah.
And God, it just makes you lose faith in humanity. You know how that goes.
Of course.
Oh, it's the whole social media thing, because, like. At the start of it, it was like, we're looking great. Look at that D, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, as soon as something somewhat negative happens, like, Rex Burkhead is the worst player on the team. Get rid of him. And then it's fire McDaniels. Blah, blah, blah. Which,
yeah.
For those of you casual NFLers, like, it's Pat's offensive coordinator, and they're like fourth string running back. Anyway, and then like all of a sudden, like fourth quarter and overtime, it's like McDaniels plays mixed with like Burkhead's running through everyone into the end zone to tie or to go ahead, to allow a tie, and then to win. Him, and it's just like, so what I'm asking is like, why do people feel the need to type things like predicting the future that is probably gonna go?
Yeah, I get that. People just spoke way too soon.
It's just like, why even comment on it? Like, it's kind of funny because like I was looking at it as an desire to be like, let me see this community of people, and then like the whole time I'm just like, but really, why are you guys typing this every minute on your phones? Just to talk about a football game.
Yeah, you're watching the game. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was holding my phone the whole time. But you're not. If you're
were you commenting on it?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying like people were like, if you just look at these threads, like during any kind of event like that on Reddit, like people are just constantly like play-by-playing, basically.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that I did say on Facebook is when it got down to 2 minutes and 3 seconds, I was like, 2 minutes is an hour in Bradyland. But I think I text that too. Did I text you that or text somebody else?
You said something along those lines.
Yeah, because I know you don't do the Facebook. But I put that on Facebook and was like, yeah, 2 minutes in Bradyland is at least an hour. So, yeah.
It's like he's traveling the speed of light and staying the same age, and the rest of us have like gray hair when he gets there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which, by the way, we can get off the Patriots subject. I didn't mean to like.
No, that's fine. This is your thing, and that's why. That's sort of one of the reasons why we did not do the thing last night outside of the eclipse. I really wanted to film the eclipse, and you wanted to watch the game, so we both got what we wanted.
I got some eclipse. I finally, thanks to you, I learned how to wield my telescope somewhat, and I was looking at the moon.
It's awesome, right?
Yeah, it was great. Like all of a sudden, I was just like. Let me shake it over here. Let me shake it over there. Oh, there's the moon.
But you get what I mean? It's sort of like back in a trailer. You have to move it away from where you want to go.
Yep.
See, and I had so many people that were bitching about. I live videoed most of it because I've got the little adapter for my phone. Yeah. And I got a lot of really, really good shots, and I lived most of it, and I was kept apologizing, like I'm really sorry that it's shaky because I'm having to sort of like blind my battery died in my little laser.
Yeah.
So I have to like. Yeah, so I left it on, and I have to like blind find it every time now. Like I have no laser help. So.
What kind of batteries is that slot take?
Like just a watch battery. I just don't know how to get in there to change it.
It's a little disc. Oh, fuck. That's what I feared most. I was hoping it was AAA's.
No, it's actually one of these right here.
Oh, okay. But it's just a bitch to get into them.
Yeah, I just don't know how to get into. But the one that you've got is really sick. I want to get, and you should probably think about it too. There's a set of lenses that you can like, where you can see stars and such. Because the lenses that come with the telescopes are usually just for like the moon. Basically.
Yeah, I caught a star too last night. Like you said, just trying to get it, and, just trying to fix it and shake it around. And it's like, oh, I see it. But there's only so much you can do with it.
Yeah, they're still very, very small.
It's just a little closer bit of chunks of glitter.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it looks like. Yeah. But man, the moon. Oh, she was a beaut, Clark.
She was mooning us.
She was. Dude, I got some really good shots of it right before it started doing the eclipse. But during the eclipse and during totality, I took 188 pictures. And I know that. I know that because I deleted 181 of them so that I could choose them and put them all on the Instagram post and then re-download them back onto my phone and recover them all from the recently deleted. So yeah, a lot of fucking pictures. But the thing was shaking around so damn much that somebody commented, was she drunk? Because my name's Kelsey. And it was somebody who doesn't know me. And they're like, was she drunk? So I'm just like, the moon? ? And I just left it open and waiting for them. No. Oh, I get it now. You're not a girl. You just... And I explained it in the video. I'm like, yeah, this thing is shaky because there's a lot of moving parts that go into this thing. And you know, too, the bar...
I learned. Yeah.
The little bar, that's not the only thing that moves around. Like,
it's funny. You think you have a sight on it and lock it down now, and then like as you're locking it down, that moves it a little more.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I lost it.
Plus, you have to deal with the fact, and not a lot of people understand how fast the moon is moving. So it's constantly moving out of frame.
Like when it was getting good last night towards its crimson tide, if you will.
Yep.
I was talking about the Gene Hackman movie, not that. But
that was the USS Alabama though.
Oh shit. Anyway, Like I couldn't angle it right because it was like straight up, and I'm still too novice to like know where to like go somewhere else.
That was the thing. It was so high in the sky, it was hard to. Yeah.
It was like it was North Star-ish.
It was, dude. I loosened the little bar. I don't know what you call it.
I don't know either. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
This part. I loosened this all the way up.
It go up or down.
Yeah, I loosened that all the way out, and it was just hanging. It was just dangling, like, and that worked until it started going around.
I tried to drop it over my shoulder, and I was like, I can't hold it still enough. Because this is the game, so that's when I started drinking.
Halfway through, I started using this little one because I've got this little tiny one too. This little guy here, but I started using that one, just kind of like a pirate sight, but it's not like a spyglass because I was having to hold it to the side, and it was just I found it, but it took forever.
Oh, so is that one like free range look, like where you look is where you see?
No. This is just like the other one. It's a side view as well. Like I wish it were like I had like a pirate spyglass.
It's funny because now that I got a telescope later in life, like in adulthood, I remember there was one like my dad had when I was like 10, and how it had like I just never knew what the sight was, and I was like, well, this thing obviously works fucking better than the real telescope.
Yeah.
Every time we look at this, it's just nothing.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like you don't understand the intricacies of those sorts of equipment when you're a kid.
Yeah, you don't. And thank you for, as an adult, showing me how to understand.
Well, thank you for waiting for me because it took me forever to get there. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, well,
dude. By the way,
the stars are gonna be there longer than us, man.
Tell the world how we did that. By the way,
with a street lamp from Dillard's.
Because it was too cloudy. We didn't have any moon.
Yeah.
There was no moon, so I was like, okay, so we're going to use this street light right here to just figure out how to focus.
Holy shit, dude. I see a sale on wedges.
And bedspreads.
Yeah. You can get some Kelly Clarkson perfume for half off with his telescope side.
Kelly Clarkson perfume? That sounds like a trivia question.
Unbelievable.
No, wasn't that a trivia question recently that you had? One of your trivia questions? A perfume thing?
I don't think it had to do with perfume.
Yeah, it was you had to associate, you gave the names, it was a halftime question. You gave the names of the perfumes and we had to match the celebrity that released it.
No, that wasn't mine.
Was that not you?
No. There was... There's been stuff about perfume and Kelly Clarkson.
Anyway,
I don't think it was that. Anyway, yeah.
Doesn't matter. So, yeah, that was me, you, and Patrick standing out in the back of Bella Mushroom, like, focusing a telescope in on a street lamp.
Yeah,
in the broke-down mall parking lot.
On all that remains of the Inlet Square Mall. If you even want to give it the much credit to call it that.
Yeah.
Poor sack of shit.
It's just awful. You feel bad for it. You know what I miss? Me and Jimmy talked about it on the last episode of the podcast. Man, Frank's. I really miss Frank's.
Frank's came and went. Like, dude, like, Frank's was, like, gonna be what saved that. Like, I saw fucking Force Awakens at Frank's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a lifelong memory.
Like, that's kind of a big deal, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And then it was just not there, like, 2 years later when I would, maybe gone and seen Last Jedi at it.
Yeah, that's what we need on this end, because for all of us, you got, like, 3 theaters right there together at Broadway, the Mall, and Market Common.
Yeah.
And, no, we don't want to drive that fucking far.
But what, like, I mean, of course, we can't, who knows the what's and how's and who's of price ranging.
Businesses. And things.
Yeah, shit that we could give a fuck about. But still, it saddens me that, like, this thing, like, it was cool because it was the first of its kind around here.
Yeah,
as far as like that new age bowling alley that always played music videos.
Yep.
And just a movie theater that had a bar right by the ticket booth.
And you could take drinks into the theater.
Yeah.
And you could go out and that was a big deal for me too, because I was definitely drinking then.
Yeah. And living in Merle's Inlet. Yeah. The Lowe's Foods of movie theaters.
Right.
You know?
And it is where we got to see Noah Burns' theatrical debut.
Exactly. Where we watched Kill Me Now.
Yeah, which is on YouTube, by the way. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Now on YouTube. But yeah, what the fuck, man? That thing was there and like thriving 1 second.
Jimmy said that if somebody wanted to get elected in Merle's Inlet, their campaign should be, I'm going to bring back Frank's. I want to bring back a movie theater to Merle's Inlet. I would vote for that motherfucker. I don't care who it was.
Yeah, that's all it would take for me too.
I would vote for them. So, anyway,
Frank's.
Zoinks. I alluded and told you most of a story of a really crazy thing that happened.
Okay. You did.
At trivia tonight. So, and I told the people at trivia that I was going to be talking to you about this after I text you. And, anyway, so what happened was there is a group of now confirmed white supremacists that have played trivia with us alongside us and everybody who listens to the podcast knows that I love trivia, and it's a huge part of my life. These guys have played trivia alongside our team for a very, very long time. And tonight there was a team of people who were named Build That Wall, which I don't give a shit about. Let it be. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People can believe what they want to believe or think what they want to think. That's fine. When the team, they won and they ended up winning. We came in second, by the way. Still betting 2 and came in second. They bet 15, by the way, and got it right. Build that wall. Damn it. By the way, the question was put these Clint Eastwood characters in order from theatrical appearance. Character names. Oh. So, yeah, it was tough. I don't remember the names, so...
all right. Well,
yeah, sorry. I saw the question.
It's all right. All right.
I saw the question forming in your eyes, but yeah, I don't remember. So anyway, they got it. They nailed it. 15-pointer and came from way far behind to win. So Build That Wall won. There was a table of white supremacists who was not on Build That Wall, by the way. Build That Wall is actually very, very good people, and I think that it was a snarky team name. So anyway.
It used to just be something funny that got out of hand.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was just like they were being sarcastic. And this dude was like, after Build That Wall was announced, one of the white supremacists stood up and said, who is down for the, like, who is for the wall? Who in here is supporting the wall? Like, raise your hand. Entire room full of people. Nobody raises their hand because whether or not you're for it or against it, you're not gonna like throw up a flag in the middle of creek rats, for Christ's sake.
Nobody likes being told what to do.
Right? Nobody likes being told what to do.
Like, so, I'm not. It's like whether I agree with you or not, asshole. I'm not just. I'm not honking because you told me to love Jesus.
Right? I love Jesus, but damn it, I will never honk. And I hate those. I hate those stickers anyway. Like, wouldn't you really rather be a Christian? Like, that's just shut up. But anyway, the guy starts screaming after nobody raises their hands. He starts going, "Oh, so everybody in here is fine with speaking Spanish over the next 5 years? Like, everybody's going to speak Spanish?" And I'm like, okay, well, that was racist. And this point, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the white supremacy comments have been just floated around over the last couple of years, and nobody had confirmed this evening. So anyway, he's like, "You sure you don't want to be speaking Spanish?" So somebody on another team he said something very low volume, and the guy got all up in his face like he was literally about to hit the guy. And was saying, "Oh, so you're fine with speaking Spanish?" And he starts screaming like Spanish gibberish to this dude's face, like just Spanish gibberish. I don't know what he was saying.
Alejandro.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, like Despacito.
Alejandro.
Yeah, no, that was, it wasn't even that that coherent. It was something awful. And anyway, at this point, my best good friend, brother Patrick Hanna, who I'm sorry Patrick if you didn't want to be called out, but the people know who you are, and I feel like it's like, listen, Patrick just literally started screaming, "Shut the fuck up" to this dude, because he was saying it. Everybody in the room was thinking it, and Patrick was the one that said it. So at this point, this guy comes over to our table and starts just belligerently screaming at Patrick like, "Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And I'm sitting here like, bro, what is this going to change? What does this solve? We're not getting anywhere by doing this. This is not how you have conversations. This is not how you have debates. This isn't what goes on. And then this dude's like, "Well, I'm on your side." And I was like, "No, you're not. You are on your side because you are a fucking racist. And you were the only one like you in this room." And then the dad of the guy is like, he's right. The dad was talking to me about the guy who I'm calling a racist. And the dad's like, "Well, he's right." And I was like, "No, he's not. Like, and if you agree with him, then you're both wrong. Like, this is just, you're very racist. This is uncalled for. This is not the place for this shit." And I'm just trying to be reasonable about this situation. And
so wait, was he saying that you were on his side because you're both white?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. He was that's what he was getting at. He was like, "I'm on your side. Like, we're on the same side." And I was like, "No, buddy, you were on your side." Like, no, you were on your side, pal. There's no correlation between the two of us. Like, our interests stop at trivia. I'm sure that's where our common thread is frayed off like a motherfucker after trivia. But the thing that bothered me was right after this, another older guy who just seemed to appear out of nowhere walked over to the dude and put his arm on his back. By the way, after the manager of Creek Rats has already told the guy, "Hey, you've got to go. Like, you've got to get out. All of you have to leave." Like, it was a ruckus that was created. And this older guy comes over and puts his hand on the guy's back and was like, "Hey, buddy, you got to get the fuck out of here." The dude turned around and was like, "What are you going to do?" Well, this old man fucking goes and grabs this dude by the throat and like starts to, either try to kill him or escort him outside. And then the people are like, "Okay, so this giant, have you ever seen a ball of ants?"
Oh, what of ants?
A ball of ants. Like, have you ever seen like a ball? Yeah, like a shitload of ants that are just together.
Oh,
and
like
just,
when they pendulum
to
cross the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what this is the best I can describe this. Is they're just a handful of people. It was like they're moving. It was like they're pushing for the first down. And anyway, so this entire group of people just ends up walking outside, and I'm not hyperventilating, but my heart rate's up, and my anxiety level's up. So I'm just standing there like breathing, getting calmed or whatever, because this is just some really fucked up shit that just went down right here. And I'm like, this dude's sitting here screaming at like one of my best friends in the world, and I'm sitting here trying to be the voice of reason, and which is good, by the way, because I'm not the kind of person who would, if I weren't the voice of reason, it would not be good, if you get what I mean.
I understand completely knowing you.
Yes. So if I were not the voice of reason, it would just not be a good thing. And I'm just trying to say to this guy, "Dude, this is not the way to do this." And all of a sudden, the shit that I just said happens. They start to pull everybody outside, and then I look outside, and somebody's got a Creek Rats regular by the throat. One of those two have this guy by the throat, and then the dad jumps in, and then there's another brother who actually was the most level-headed of all of them at the time. Was honestly just saying like, "Listen, this is not the place to do this. That we need to get out of here." And he was like, "Yeah, he's had a lot to drink. Kind of don't worry about him." But to preface all of this, before any of this happened, Tyler Brown walked back to the table and said, "Hey, man, that guy was just saying all of these like horrible, horrible things about Jews." he was just like asking me if my family was Jewish or what percent of Jewish that I have in my blood. And like, he was just saying a lot of really like racy stuff about Jewish people. And then that's what started the conversation. And then everybody at our table was like, you know what? I just really want to hit this person in the face right now. Like, this is just not fun. This is not what we do. This is not how we live, or the kind of message that we want to blah, blah, blah. Insert here. Whatever you want to say. This is not how we roll. All of that is what prefaced everything that happened. So we were already on heightened awareness. And it's like, this dude just wants to put on a show or something. The cops got called. I walked outside as soon as I saw it. It looked like there were more people ganging up on somebody who was going to get hurt. So I walked outside. Fuck's he going to do to me? And I look him in the eye, and like, he's just looking at me like, he's like, look into my eye. You know that I'm right. You know that I'm on your side, and you know that everything that I'm saying is true. This country is going to end up speaking Spanish in 5 years if we keep going on this shit. And I'm like, dude, you are just inherently racist, and you are not you are not on my side. Like, I'm not on your side. And then the dad again looks at me like in that dad tone, and he's like, well, you know that he's right. And I'm like, no, fuck, he's not right, dude. You are both fucking crazy and racist. Like, you are racist if this is what.
It's very hilarious to think that this guy is so scared of his own. Like, it's like, this guy doesn't know white people. Like, you really think Spanish is gonna overtake it?
Right? And I'm like, dude. Like, well, first off,
it's like the people that create the ideas that you're behind are like so much more bloodthirsty than you. They have convinced you to think that you're gonna lose English,
right?
To
Which is
another language. Whereas, like, what they're working on is making sure that, like, we will always speak English.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. This is just crazy. English is probably the number, like 90% of the world speaks English anyway. So who gives a shit?
English is the language of the sky.
Yeah.
Like, all international pilots have to speak English. Here's
the thing. That's
just to be some fucking dude in a bar in Mel's Inlet who wants to ruin trivia. Because, as you know, like, trivia is a huge part of my life. I've hosted it. I've played it.
Yes.
I love being a part of it. And if, you know, to ruin it by being like, white power or whatever. I don't know. Like,
there was definitely some white power going on, man. Like, it was.
Yeah, or just saying, like, I don't know, you know, like, do you want to speak Spanish in 5 years? It's like, first of all, dude, do you realize the guys that control you to make you think that's going to happen are also the ones that'll work to their damnedest to make sure that English will always be the language spoken?
Absolutely.
And just that, like, you know, considering it's one of the top 6 spoken languages in the world, like, I don't think as an international way of communication it's going to anytime soon. It's going to be up there with Spanish and French and Mandarin.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the fuck the other two are that are Russian and Arabic. But anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get 100%.
Like, never in the history of a country has just, like, a language been taken over by people moving into the country that wasn't just an invading force that killed your whole country.
That's the thing.
That can happen in this day and age. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, what year is it? Like, this is definitely some 1941 shit. Yeah. Like, what year is this?
Like,
have we not vanquished this from the world? And I went to Tito's afterwards and talked to Brian Jordan. By the way, dude, Brian Jordan gave me a digitally remastered from the original press Beatles White Album, like, fucking from the original recordings. It was digitally remastered, and he's had it for a few days, and he brought it to Tito's for me. Stopped by there to pick that up on the way out, and I was talking to Repack and Denver, Sweet Denver. Told you I was shout out. Anyway, Sweet Denver. Well, we were talking about about all this shit, and I was like, you will not believe what just happened over at Creek Rats while it was still fresh in my memory. I told all them about it, and I was like, it just really discourages me that there is still a possibility of that much hatred left in the world. Like, I've thought that we may... It really disappoints me that there's that much hatred is left in the world. Like, just for something that is different from... Like, just because somebody's skin color is different. Or somebody's religion is different. Like, what fucking year is it? Are we not over that yet? It's like 2005 now. Shouldn't we be over that already?
It's at least 2005. But
at
yeah.
least.
Yeah.
We should have been over that. We should have been over that by Brady's first Super Bowl.
Well put. Or Moses' first parting of the Red Sea.
We should have been immediately. That should have been the end of it, was the Red Sea. As soon as it came crashing down on all the chariots and everything afterwards, should have been over. Should have been said and done. But it's not. And it really, really discourages me. And I talked to other people who... Brian Jones was also there. He was outside with Tyler the first round when the guy was talking shit about Jewish people. And he was like, yeah, man, that guy was saying some crazy shit to me and Tyler earlier. And he was like, I don't even know if I want to come back to trivia next week, just in case this dude wants to show up, because they've been banned. And they're worried that this dude might show up and do something even more.
Wait, is this fucking, what's his name? Chris something. Is this the guy from Charlottesville that cried with the tear gas?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know, man, but it's definitely not normal people. This is definitely not your average run-of-the-mill person.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, with trivia, you see a lot of, but yeah, not too many people stand up and...
Yeah, just try to get an entire room.
Yeah. It's all about themselves.
It really was.
It's all about self. It's sad. Sad for that guy.
It's sad for that guy. It's sad for everybody he has to encounter in his life. And it's sad that obviously there is a community of people that foster that sort of mindset, that foster that sort of thought progression. Like, just to know, like, apparently his dad, and I assume it was his dad, but the older guy who was with him, who was just trying to talk to me and tell me that this racist is right, means that there are more of these people, and it's in this area. And that's just, I've done so much work on this podcast and talking, like, so much content on this podcast about the people in the South are just misrepresented because we're not all mouth-breathing racists. And I've said that so many more times than I can count. And
but this is one guy though.
Yeah, but there's a pocket somewhere.
Oh, I mean, there's gonna be pockets everywhere. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. Like,
yeah, it's discouraging, man.
Well, of course, it's discouraging. For every positive aspect of life, there's a discouraging and negative aspect of life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird because they're like, seeing something like that is something I always kind of fear as a host of trivia. It's like, is there going to be a weird question that sets somebody off where they have to, like, feel like they have to make a statement about something?
Yeah.
And this never happened. And apparently this did. And it's just weird because, like, you know, for a person to, like, interrupt the game of trivia and say, like, hey, show of hands, regardless of what question he's asking. It's just like, you don't have to do that.
Not only that, he interrupted Noah as he was announcing the final spiel in trivia. He interrupted Noah to do all this shit. And granted, we'll go back and forth, and we'll talk to you or Noah or whatever, and friendly heckle, if you will, all night long. But this was a total, like, this was such bad taste. There was no humor involved. There was nothing that the room could gain from this.
That is a good way of putting it. There's nothing that the room could gain.
Yeah.
Because, a big part of anytime you're on a microphone in front of a room is keeping the humor up.
Yeah.
and there's nothing ever funny about taking a vote about anything.
Not at all. Like there's especially something like that. This is a bar. Granted,
yeah. I mean, even when it comes to any kind of voting, like you never see anyone smiling on election day. It's just like bah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean it's just you think of things that could possibly happen, and
it's funny. I had a similar situation tonight. I haven't brought this up to you tonight because it was just kind of minor.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't in the mood, but like.
Were you in Myrtle tonight?
I had trivia. Like there was just these two guys in the corner, and every time I would ask a question, one of the guys would just go, Tom Brady. But he would only say it loud enough. Like, they were the closest people to me. And he would just say it to the other guy. And then they would just say it back and forth. And they just kept saying, like, hey, Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady. And they thought they were hilarious.
How long did you last?
No, I mean, they left before, like, I blew a fuse. Because
I know that's a direct line to your fuse.
But it's just like it's a great example of that. Is just how just some people have no self-awareness.
Yeah, like
they think what they're saying is amazing, and like even obviously your situation was a lot more
strange.
6 feet under.
Yeah, for real.
But it's still just people just being like, well, I think this thing is cool. Well, so I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's... go on.
The world, yeah. People have a hard time understanding that the world's not here for them. The world is not your personal playground where you get to go around and do whatever the fuck you want to do and live how you want to live and say what you want to say with no consequences of everything else around you. Like, this was unreal. Even your Tom Brady guys. Like, this is so you just think that this is fun and games for you to have. I mean, obviously have fun, do whatever you want to do at your table, but shit, this is my shit. I'm holding the microphone here. This is my show, not yours.
I just realized I'm so bitter at these guys just for saying Tom Brady, whereas I'm comparing them to white supremacists. All right, these guys aren't that bad.
No, but seriously. It's still this comes from the same stream, basically. Like just the entitlement, just knowing that. I mean, the world isn't here. Where were you tonight? Were you in Myrtle tonight?
Look at us. We're talking on a podcast.
Yeah, right. Welcome to 2019, baby. We got this. Welcome to 2019. This is how we cope.
Name a more white people thing to do.
Yeah, right. But see, here's the thing. We can do this without being racists. Though that.
No.
I know. But yeah, name a more white thing to do. I mean, are we going to be eating mayonnaise sandwiches now and mayonnaise and banana sandwiches now?
You got a mayonnaise sandwich? I'll eat the fuck.
But yeah. We can do very white things and not be racist. And that's what I was trying to get across to the other dude. I was like, listen, you can. And I went and talked to the guys who were on the team build the wall team, and I was like, they were very upset after the fact because they felt like it was their fault. Had they not named their team build that wall, that this would not have happened. And I walked over to him. I was like, "Listen, I understand your sentiment, and I get that you're like, I get why you feel this way. But listen, I know people who are not racist who are for this wall for completely different reasons. You can maybe want this wall to be built and not be a racist, but that guy was totally not to be counted amongst that list. Like, for instance, somebody wants the wall to be built because they want border security or whatever have you. That's not actually racism. It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
No.
but I don't know that it 100% is. And I'm not stating how I feel on it at all because I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm going to sit in my fucking house by myself anyway, like I always do. I don't give a shit. But these people who just want to use that as an opportunity to show the world that they are just a racist. And I told somebody else, I was like, Facebook came to real life tonight. Facebook jumped out of everybody's phone. The social media anger that everybody has jumped out of everybody's phone, and it expelled itself into Creek Rats this evening. That's all it was.
It liquefied.
Yes, it fucking Terminator 2'd itself up into fucking Creek Rats. And just, there were so many people there. There were just so many people who we see every week at trivia.
Yeah.
And it's always the regulars, always, and just, how can you look at a room full of people, and these guys are regulars as well.
Well,
how do you do that without not thinking what the consequences would be?
Are you saying, like, did somebody react differently? That you looking at them differently tonight? Or was everybody on the same page?
Oh, no, everybody was on the same page with these guys that needed to just, like, they were alone in the room. They were alone in that room.
You didn't find out any of your friends' Klans members tonight, right?
No, but I did find out that we did confirm some suspicions about those one guys. And by the way, I'm trying to get Noah Byrne to do one of these tonight to actually, for Sunset Grill, to like compile his viewpoint of all the shit, because he was actually there. He saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't feel like this needs to go
recorded?
Yes. Undocumented. Yeah. Undocumented. I don't think this needs to go undocumented. No pun intended.
Build that source. Build that source.
Yeah, up that vote. Upvote. I'll give you the orange arrow on that one. But yeah, man, dude, just what in the
No, go on.
What world do we live in now?
I don't know. How far do you want me to go into this? Like,
Get comfortable, man. What are you? I mean, you're already in your drawers. Get comfortable, man.
We are talking about building that wall.
We're talking about building that wall. It's up. I mean, it's up to you if you want to go into it. By all means. I mean, I'll give my opinion on it. I just
don't think this thing has ever come up on your show.
Yeah.
The first one to bring it up, you know.
The build the wall thing is. I don't think that it's going to change anything. I don't think it's going to change anything. And there was a huge argument that's going on Facebook. There's a huge argument that's going on between some people in my family and some of my friends out west, and just it's a huge deal that everybody has an opinion on this, and the opinion always ends up being about something completely different than it starts as. Like you start talking about, well, we need border control because people are coming illegally into this country, and that's how it starts. And then it becomes, we need border control because these Muslims are coming into our country seeking asylum, which then becomes, well, do you want to be speaking Spanish in 5 years or do bullshit like that? And I'm like, listen, do you not see what's going on here? Do you not see what's happening? Like, this is, we're living in a place that is so great that other people want to be a part of it. And yes, from a taxpayer standpoint, it might not be the best thing to have so many undocumented people in the country. But what can you do about that? What is there that we could do about that?
I mean, what can we do about anything?
What can we do about anything? Is it going to really change your life that much if we help out people who need help?
Me. Is it just like a selfish point of view? Like,
yeah.
Is it just like a,
Yeah, well, my daddy told me, or whatever have you. You know, it seems like the world has changed. The world has done so much changing, but the world is the only thing that's changed. Like, people's viewpoints have stayed very much the same. And it's like nobody has made the effort to update their view of the world. Rather, they want to continue to, all right, we want to look at the stars, but we're using our moon lens. Nobody is willing to upgrade their lenses so that they can more clearly see something that we are all really trying to see.
You know, all right, I get what you're saying. You know what the sad part about? Yeah, that is exactly what it is, Kels. I love you, my man.
I love you back.
Because we're living in a time where we're seeing, like, how shitty it was in the past.
Yeah.
And yet how great it's going to be in the future.
Yep.
And we're in that time where it's not going to help us at all because we just know what we're capable of.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like, the future is going to be so much better. But it's almost like some people now are like, so let's kill it as fast as possible just so they don't get to have it.
Yeah.
Because we can't.
Exactly. And I feel like we're just at a fork.
I don't think that's not necessarily the way it is, but it is. It seems kind of bitter on some folk.
Yeah, and I feel like we're at a fork in the road to where we can either continue on the path to where we're not progressing at all, or we can continue on the path to where we actually try to progress a little bit and not get so pissed off about and I'm going to bring this up as well. The Gillette ad. Have we talked about that yet? We talked about that, right?
Who, me and you? No.
Did that happen at trivia last week, or was that already happening? Anyway, well, consider this the introduction to it. So, how did you feel about the ad? Were you offended? Were you upset? Were you upset by what this ad said?
No, but it's just any time a company tries to make a statement, like, I'm always gonna have a little chuckle with it. And it's just like when people burn their Nikes because of Kaepernick. It's like, hey, you know what? Like they don't really give a shit about the cause.
Because you're gonna buy them again.
Like, they're just trying something new this spring.
Because just as soon as
so it's like it's kind of funny because with the whole Kaepernick thing, I just got a pair of Nikes on a great sale with like a combination of coupon sales and a tax-free state than the year before. So it was like when people started burning their Nikes, it's like, oh, you're so stupid. And it's stupid. Just like it's just like when a company that is like, worth billions, like tries to make a social statement to affect their sales, and like you have an emotional reaction to it. Like you're exactly what they want.
Yes.
Like whether it's for it or against it. Like
I saw so many people putting their opinions out.
All right, how's this? If you have an emotional reaction to consumerism, get out of the game right now.
Oh, hold on. I just lost
Oh.
No, you're good. My Nora Byrne was calling me.
Oh man.
So shit, what were we? Oh, yeah. So
Nike
Gillette, yes. I saw for so many days like people just posting their opinion on this thing, and then I was like, well, damn, this commercial must be awful. Like everybody hates this thing. So I watched it, expecting like it to be like The Wall, pretty much. Like they're turning guys into Hitler. Like this is what's going on. Like all men are Hitler, and all men are just like awful. And I started watching this commercial, and I was like, well, that guy just told that guy that he shouldn't do that. Or so if this thing is turning all men, if this is I'm saying all men are horrible, then a woman would have said that to him, right? Like if this is pretty much negative about all men, then a man would not have been able to credit because one of these guys did the right thing, and one of these guys did something that needs to be brought to the light. And
yeah, you're right. Every shot she just end with a girl like walking into the shot and being like,
"Yep,
I'll fuck you if you don't do this."
Yeah. Right? I mean, is that how we're gonna do it? And I just posted like, listen, I watched a commercial. I saw how. I mean, I watched a commercial. I see zero wrong. I have zero problem with a company encouraging little boys to be a better man. And then I edited the post to include, by the way, if you're offended by this commercial, then you're probably who it's for. And that just started a whole shitstorm of people. Oh, well, this is demonizing all men, and I was like, obviously not. And then my members of my family and my friend from out west, one of my friends out west, just starts having like this so politically driven conversation that is not benefiting anybody from anything. And nobody is winning. Everybody's just saying their own opinion, and they're spewing things like this, and things are coming up like, well, it started off as a Gillette ad, and where it is at right now is that, well, most of the people who are entering this country right now are on expired visas and are not entering over the wall. Like, fuck, how did we get here when we were talking about being a good guy? How did we get here? Like, is that how this works? Every conversation goes back to the wall. Everything ends up being about the wall.
There needs to be a larger retort.
In what way?
No, I'm saying like.
Oh, yeah.
In reference to.
Yes. I get
bigger
you.
Psychological problem.
Yeah, there just has to be something else that they have to win. They have to buck their chest harder than the other guy just did, and that's all it seems to me is like. I need to show the world that I am a macho man and I am not to be fucked with, and I'm not one that's gonna be offended. I'm not a liberal snowflake, or I'm not shit like this, and these terms start showing up, and then like calling and just calling people out by their religious or political standpoint is the dumbest thing on the face of the earth. Because one, people should not know what your political affiliation is or your religious affiliation. I believe I talked to my dad last night about this, and he said something to the effect of, "It's my job as a Christian to go out into the world and make more Christians, to bring more people to Christ." And I said, I get that 100%, man. Like I'm on the same team as you are. But I know that in this day and age, like when the Bible was written, that might have been the thing to do, is to go out and like spread the word and speak. But this is not the same world that the Bible was written in. This is a much different world. Now people are not willing to listen to somebody talk about something if you come out of the gate with God or Jesus. Like if somebody comes up to you and starts a conversation about God or Jesus, how quick do you stop listening?
Who, me personally?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's not the best thing, but
I'm not a good example of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, if
but I don't think that happens a lot. Like, that's not. I mean, that's a random situation.
Yeah, but I was just speaking hypothetically. I was like, if you go up to somebody, 9 times out of 10, if you want to start a conversation about somebody and it involves religion, they're going to stop listening pretty quick, because that's how you lose people. Like, I would rather rope somebody in and like figure out like not rope somebody in, but like make somebody want to listen to the things that I have to say first, and then maybe talk to them about whatever that might be. And this is just a conversation I had with my dad, and just going on about things like this is a different world than we had in Bible times. Things like that doesn't work right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that mindset also works for the whole. Is that
so hard to grasp?
Yeah, no, it's not at all. And I feel like that's the same thing that's going on with the whole country and the wall thing. Like, this all doesn't come down to 1 to 2 sides.
Holy shit! Did you save this episode for me?
No, but why? I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's just weird that all of a sudden, like, holy shit, I've listened to so many episodes I've never gotten here.
Wow, maybe it was just time.
What the fuck? You're like a damn ready to burst with fucking... I'm sorry, I feel like now I've...
No, you haven't.
Peter, what you were saying, but...
No.
I think you're just saying what we're all thinking and feeling.
Well, I try to do that. I think that most people... No, I think that most people do think these things, but nobody really wants to voice it. Nobody really wants to talk about it. Oh, there you go. There's your balls.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Forgot we were doing that.
No, but yeah, still though.
It's just, I don't know, it's just getting weird, man.
The world's getting weird. The world's fucked up. And just...
Well, no, it's not, but like I said, it's not fucked up.
Few people in the world are fucked up.
It's fucked up and weird for us just because we're just at a transitional moment. We're witnessing everything that we used to see alongside everything that's gonna be.
Yeah.
And we don't get to experience the best of any of it.
Yeah,
so
we
just
don't
have to be selfish and look forward to, like, oh, it's gonna be cool. Like maybe when I'm 95 to 106, but it's still gonna suck. I'm gonna be an old shitty man.
Yeah, we all will be. Then we'll be like, you know what? I just really don't think they should play punk rock on this radio station, because this is a country radio station. Damn it! That's what it'll be. Then it'll still be something that people are passionate about, and they just want to argue over. So, but who knows?
Oh, people are always going to be argumentative about what they're passionate about.
That'll never change.
Yeah.
Well,
no. Until, like, somebody sends a virus that destroys... Alright, forget that. Go on.
until God strikes down upon us and Armageddon rains down and ruins us all, and we get to be a Netflix show about the Earth and where people go after here.
No, it's not going to happen, but...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess I did go a little ham on the wall and the... Have I not gone down that road yet on this podcast?
I don't know. I haven't listened to you in a while, and don't take that as an offense.
No, not at all.
Because I was on a good streak for a while.
That's fine. They're still there.
But I mean, I can understand. Like, if you want to get fed up, and I'm here for you.
No, I appreciate that.
It's weird, right? It ain't weird that. Actually, it's not weird. It's meant to think it's weird. That's stupid.
Yeah, it is. The world is a vampire. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, dude, there's probably some secret destroyers in there. And a piece of the game.
Exactly. So, wow, we covered a lot in that one.
But at the same time, nothing.
I don't know. I think we covered a pretty good bit. I think that's a lot of something. We went over. Okay. No, we've already moved on from that. I can't go back there. Actually, I'm going to go back there. I'm sorry. It's just to lighten the mood a little bit from everything that we've been talking about. I'm going to revert back to our original conversation in this episode.
Yeah.
Not to leave any loose ends. And if I left any loose ends, I'm going to listen back to this and I'll tie them later. So that being said, there you go.
Oh no, sorry. It's just I have to. This is about to die. I have to connect to another source.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, you ask your question, and it better not be about Tom Brady.
It's not. It's actually about another quarterback.
Oh, Jesus.
So, is Tony Romo a fucking wizard?
You mean the New England Patriots' new offensive coordinator?
Is that who he is? He's calling the plays?
It seemed that way last night.
He's calling the plays, man. He knew what was going to happen. He knew what was going to happen.
You know, we've talked about him before. We've always had praise for him.
In
this
the
is
booth.
a good recurring theme on the show.
In the booth.
In the booth.
Will he ever coach? Will he ever coach?
I hope not. Just because he has a good thing going. Don't let it ruin you.
Yeah, my brother-in-law said the same thing. I think he should just like he should keep the money. Like he's getting paid very well right now to do very little work. Not very little work, but just not as much as you would have to do if you were a head coach.
Yeah, he doesn't need that, and he's excelling at what he's got.
Yeah, exactly. So he's doing a very good job. Very good job of that.
He's broing it up.
Well, I'm happy that he gets to do that, and he definitely did call a shitload of those plays. Like he knew what Tom was doing.
2-minute drive.
He called entire drive. There you go. That's good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, out there of my stuff, taking a piss in my sink.
Taking a
Live
piss
on the air.
in your sink. This is the first time this has happened on the interwebs, I'm sure. At least here.
You know what? It had to happen because my phone was dying and I had to hook it up to a power source, so else I would lose you altogether.
Well, that's fine because we actually we can wrap this thing up pretty quick here coming around the bend because Noah Byrne has just tried to call me a bit ago, and I do want to get a little bit of him talking about this trivia fiasco that we had, and get another couple takes. I'm going to try to get more people involved in this because I don't want this story to not to go undocumented.
I hear you. It was,
I keep burping. That was good, wasn't it?
It sounds like it was a strange night and unexpected. Like I said, like my biggest hiccup tonight was just hearing a guy saying Tom Brady to every question that I asked. So
Tom Brady.
If you got to get down to it.
Yeah. What is crazy is I'm gonna after I get Noah's take on this, I'm gonna have to send it to you so you can hear that. Yeah, it wasn't just.
No, I believe you. There was
No. I know you believe me. I'm not talking about belief here. I'm just trying to. I want you to hear another take.
Hates everyone.
This guy that hates everyone. So. That being said, I did circle back with Tony Romo. What's up, dog? I did circle back to Tony Romo for the nice little somewhat of a close. But what do you have any more final words in your? Because we probably will not talk again on air until after the Super Bowl. So,
yeah.
Any words that you want to give the fine viewers of the MI Stuff podcast world as far as your Super Bowl predictions, or do you want to stay away from that, seeing as how it's your team?
You want Super Bowl predictions? Stay to the wife left. Super Bowl, just girly. And Sue away from Brady. He probably wants to hurt him. But other than that, what's the point in making they're always wrong?
Yeah, roll tide.
I understand all
Are you making it? You good?
that. Am I making it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like I'm not drawing a picture or anything.
Oh man, it's good. What's up, dog? I feel you, dog. I'm tired too, buddy. This is the podcast everybody wants right here.
Yeah.
This is the podcast everybody wants. Is the dog, just the dog. There's a joke that's going around all over the place with Joe Rogan and his Joe Rogan and his dog just sitting across from each other. It's like, this is the episode that everybody wants. So just give it to them. Like, who's a good boy? And that's all it is. But anyway. So, yeah. Any other final words outside of Super Bowl predictions? No, not necessarily some predictions. Just any final words? Jerry Springer, final thoughts? Are you there? Do we got you? Is your audio on? I can't hear you.
Right,
oh, there you go.
Back? Okay, sorry, yeah. My final words?
Yeah.
Enjoy life.
You need to change your calendar. It's not November.
What?
You need to flip your calendar. It's not November. What the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, man. All right, here's a good way to end. It's kind of funny. Speaking of this calendar.
All right.
This Star Wars calendar.
Yep.
So we're going to go. Oh, God damn it. Hold on, sorry. I keep stepping on the cord. So.
That's a really nice chair, by the way. I need to upgrade my chair game.
All right, shut up. I wasn't looking at that. But speaking of racism. Give me a second.
All right.
So as you see, the Star Wars calendar, for every month,
Yep.
it has a quote from a movie. That's November. There's September. September's quote is, "It looks like sand people did this all right." And we all know what happened in September.
Oh, Jesus. Is that where we're going to leave it? This is how you get sent to hell, isn't it? It's just how it works. Still there? I lost you if you are there. Looks like we lost Brother Seth. Seth, if you can hear me, holla. Well, that looks like that's where we're going to be finishing it. Star Wars calendar coming in with the racism. That was probably just completely coincidental. But if it wasn't, yikes. Are you still there? I don't got you. I don't have your audio or video. Looks like it's froze or either it's just sitting still. Either way, I'm going to be texting Seth and giving him the good job text here in a little bit. But I may or may not be going live again here in a little bit with Noah Byrne. We may just be recording that and keeping that for ourselves. But that being said, I think that's all I got for you. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this call with Seth. Love you, Seth. Good game. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of that. Oh my God, I never recorded audio. I'm gonna have to go back and rip audio from YouTube. All right, guys. Well, be good people. YouTubers, click the links at the bottom of the page. I love you. I'll be doing an intro for the audio, and I'll get to that later. So anyway, be good people. Love you. Mean it. Peace, bitches.